Under the just got some changes on the agenda. We've already approved it. So who's the article? Then it has to go to, yeah, you go to the content. It has to be approved. Like application. Yeah, we're not allowed to change. They're constitutional. Yeah. No, it's not. I will stay to the Constitution.
After you got, I'm trying to ask you whether
are you ready to do the roll call? I call this meeting to order at 6:05. First order of business is roll call. Andrew.
I'll begin the roll call. If you're here, signify so by saying presence. If you are an alternate, make that known to me as well. School pharmacy.
Present.
No alternate.
Conservatory.
Present.
Biological sciences.
Present.
Block school.
Present.
Arts and sciences.
Present.
School nursing. School of medicine.
Present. Present.
School of law.
Present. All present.
School of computing and engineering.
Present.
School of education. School of dentistry. Interdisciplinary student council. Pan-Hellenic Council. Interfraternity Council.
Present.
National Pan-Hellenic Council.
Present.
International Student Council. Multicultural Student Council.
Present.
Residence Hall Council.
Present.
LGBTQIA Council.
Present.
That concludes the roll call.
Service members.
Service members. That concludes the roll call.
Thank you.
I would like to motion that we amend the agenda by putting the presentations of Richard Monroe about LEGO and Blake Hawken about SAAC at the top, followed by Officer Gordon's training at an extension of 35 minutes.
Second that motion. All in favor?
Can we discuss it first?
Definitely in the discussion.
What is the 35-minute extension for?
The training. Just the entire training program that you would get. And that was told about in an email that was sent out some time ago.
That would be for today.
Yes, that'll be good.
Is there any way I can motion to have that just on people's own time instead of?
Yeah, maybe via email or something.
The Officer Gordon's training is actually on the agenda that was sent out, so it's already on the agenda. We're doing it. All the motion is to move it to the front so that we're not making everyone wait.
What do you mean by wait?
To do all of our other business that we have, because we have other business ahead of him with the way the agenda was sent out, so that would make him wait until late in the meeting.
Yes, ma'am.
We discussed the training last Senate meeting, and I wasn't actually supposed to, I was informed it was going to be actually an hour, but it's actually, I guess it's 35 minutes. So you guys were aware by 2 emails that this is what's going to happen, and it was on the agenda.
Any further discussion? All in favor of Bradley's previous motion? All opposed? All abstained? Okay, the motion is passed, and those presentations will be pushed through. Our first presentation then will be Richardson Monroe from Legal Organization.
Just go plug into one USB port.
Okay. Oh, right there. Oh. Right. Yeah, awesome. Okay. Cool. How do trying to
Just hit F5.
F5. Thanks. Layout's different than I used to. Okay, can everyone hear me? Okay, I'm not always the best at projection. My name's Monroe Richardson. I am founder and CEO of a startup company here in Kansas City that earlier this year launched a mobile app for college students called Lego. To orient like why I'm here, UMKC, like a lot of other campuses, is a great place for a lot of students that want to come and get a degree. But part of the challenge is it's a big campus, and for many students that come to campus, part of the challenge they have is how to get connected with the campus. Campus here has over 15,000 students. It's divided between Volker and Hospital Hill. And there are over 300 student groups on campus that offer a variety of ways to get involved in campus. The challenge is that you can't friend, follow, like, or group text everyone on campus. And for a lot of students that are trying to figure out what they want to get involved in, it's often harder than it should be. So when we ask students, like, how do you find out what's happening on campus? How do you know what's going on? How do you get involved? And I've talked to hundreds of students on multiple campuses since the beginning of the year. I get 4 pretty basic answers. The first is word of mouth. The second is flyers. The third is tabling. And the fourth one is chalking. And when I talk to student leaders, right, of organizations and ask them how easy or hard is it to get the word out, universally they tell me it's really hard. And by the way, this isn't just a big campus challenge. I hear the same thing at small campuses like William Jewell that has like 1,000 students. But what's interesting is like everybody wants to connect, fit in, and belong, right? And besides grades, right, the 2 things that most students come to campus and are concerned about is making friends, right, and getting involved in extracurricular activities. But it's hard to know what to join because of the challenges that I shared. This actually is a real slide from a campus that did one of these campus confessions things where people like tag, put things up on a clothesline. This is a tragedy, actually. Half of college students sometimes feel isolated from campus life. There's Higher Education Research Institute at UCLA. They survey freshmen every year. 47% say they occasionally or frequently feel isolated from campus life. Why does this matter? Because this is one of the top reasons that students drop out of college. The first reason is academic, or actually financial concerns. Second is academic, and number 3 is they don't feel like they are connected. They feel isolated from campus life. We, of course, don't think it has to be this way. In April, we launched an early version of Lego, which is free for students to use. It requires a university email address to join, and it's available for Android and iOS devices. Students we've talked to say it's kind of like a private Craigslist just for their campus. I'll confess I resisted that for months until they told me it's okay. It's like a non-creepy Craigslist. So, I'm accepting that now. Lego is built for college life. One of the first things we did back in January was actually go out to campuses, including UMKC, and we talked with a lot of students and we asked them, like, what should we build? And based on the input we got, we built basically like a private Craigslist that breaks down campus life into the areas you see on the screen. I can tell you the most popular areas up to this point has been the Swap and Shop, which wasn't our idea. It was a group of students at Washburn University told us to do that. And surprisingly, housing, very popular, looking for roommates, looking at sublet apartments. And then class life probably is in third place. Advice about, classes to take. Have you heard about this professor? You should take this elective if you get a chance. The reason I'm here today is we started in April at UMKC among other campuses. I checked our numbers this morning. We've got just about 250 students so far that have signed up. This has pretty much been word of mouth, grassroots. We haven't done a lot of marketing because our goal up to this point was to really learn and make sure that we're building the right thing. I can tell you going forward, the big change we're going to make is to actually make it easier to connect with people based on your interests. So you tell us what your major is, where your academic, social, personal interests are, and then we help connect you with other people that have similar interests. We help connect you with groups and activities so that when something is happening, there's a speaker, there's an event, there's an activity that's happening on campus, LEGO can help let you know so that you don't miss something that you might have been interested in. We think this also can be incredibly helpful for student groups to get the word out that often have difficulty doing that. Currently, we actually made a recent decision that instead of wasting our marketing budget with Twitter and Facebook, we've never really done any Twitter or Facebook ads. We'd actually like to spend them directly with students and student groups. So at the beginning of October, we actually started to reach out to student groups and offer them a fundraising opportunity. For every verified student user they bring to LEGO, we'll pay them $1, right? We'll donate $1 to them. And so far, we've had student groups at Pittsburgh State, Washburn, and UMKC sign up with us and start to use it. So the way it works very simply is when a new user downloads LEGO, there's a little field in there that says, who referred you? And for a group that signed up with us, we just put their name in there, and then we're able to track it on our end. And basically then at the end of the semester, we cut them a check, right? And for groups that are either fundraising for a cause or fundraising for a trip or for general purposes, this hopefully is a way that, one, they can get the word out on campus, and as they're talking to students and their members are talking to students, they can take the opportunity to share about their group. But obviously, the more students that we get on LEGO, the more powerful it becomes for student groups on an ongoing basis to be able to connect with campus. So we've got a website that's a page on our website that provides lots of info. The website is getlego.com, and then it's campus-challenge, and provides all the information about how this works and some background information and some tips and advice for student groups on how to get involved. Happy to answer any questions that you might have, either about LEGO or the Campus Challenge or our experience at UMKC. Yes?
Is it close to just the University of Missouri, Kansas City? So, because Rockhurst is nearby, so things like the Swap and Shop might be useful because it is so close by?
That's an excellent question. We'd love to get Rockhurst involved. The way that it's structured right now, we've got 7 campuses that are actively using LEGO. The furthest away is Pittsburgh State down in southeastern Kansas. And this has really been student-led and student-driven, right? So we have been really driven by student demand. I've actually spoken with the Student Senate at UMKC. They're really excited about it. I've spoken with the executive board and the whole Senate. Rockhurst is a little different, where they've actually wanted me to talk to the administration, so I've done that. And we're actually working with them to actually develop a partnership with Rockhurst where they're actually using LEGO and promoting it on campus. So I'm hopeful that in the spring that we'll have Rockhurst on as well, and particularly interested in ways that we can help build those cross-campus connections for the Swap and Shop and housing in other areas.
Any further discussion?
What's
Yes.
the success rate on UMKC's campus been like?
Yeah, so UMKC has lots of potential. It hasn't been as successful as I'd like to see it. As I've gotten to know the campus better, one of the things I hear, one of the things I've experienced is just, one, part of what's interesting to me about UMKC is that we can make LEGO work here, we can make it work anywhere, right? 15,000 students, but roughly 1,300 live on campus. The division between Volker campus and Hospital Hill. And so part of what makes this interesting for me is how a tool like this can help bring campus together. and help make it easier to be connected. And actually, the first time I heard anyone use the word centralized hub was actually talking with students here at UMKC. It's been slower than what I hoped, but my hope is that through the challenge, connecting with student groups and using this as a way for them not only to fundraise, but to get the word out that we can really help jumpstart some things here on campus. We've got some other ideas about, the spring and next fall, but we're always interested in ideas about ways that we can do things better. All right, thanks for letting me talk.
Our next presentation is Blake Hawken from SAAC.
Hello, everyone. My name is Blake Hawken. I am the president of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. It's based on all the student athletes on campus. The reason I'm here tonight is I really want to see how we can grow our bond between the Student Government Association and the student athletes on campus. A lot of the times I feel we don't have the greatest connection. I want to see how we can build it. There's a lot of clubs on campus, and I feel we can have some student athletes join the clubs, and we can also have some of the clubs that can come to games. A lot of them, we can have major nights or club nights where there's a specific section of groups who we would like to sponsor. Hey, we're at the game. We also, the other way we've tried to have a lot of fan giveaways, like beads, a t-shirt. A lot of games are very stereotypical. A lot of the games at other universities, we want to have a lot more school spirit. We want to see more like t-shirts and sports games. A lot of people on campus like talking about the games and being very excited. The student athletes last year, we had game day t-shirts in yellow, and we wear them on game days, and we try to promote the awareness of the games and have a lot of good fun at the games. This year we had a game, the women's volleyball, they're having a very good year, and we had maybe, I think it was the school record for the attendance in the women's volleyball. We beat Missouri, which is a very big accomplishment. And we want to see how the student body and how the athletes, they can connect. We have every one time per each season for each sport, we have games that are called blue and gold games. At these games, we have all the student athletes from all of them, all the teams, they want to come out and they want to support everybody. We have these blue t-shirts that we wear. It says the SAC and all this is a team. And at these games, there's also tailgates. There's a lot of free food. This is new this year. And then the tailgate is for everybody, so we want to bring more people to come out to the games. And there's a lot. The basketball season has already arrived. We had the men's game that are now municipal. There's a few questions I want to ask about with you guys. Last year we had some of the games. We had shuttles that would come from UMKC and they would go to Johnny's, and then there's another shuttle that would go to the municipal. I was wondering if we were going to have that this year, and also there's parking passes. Some people, it's $8 to park down there, and we wanted to see if we can have parking passes for those. If you're a student, you should be able to go. And it's free as long as you're a student to go to the games. Also at these games, there are toy drives. From November 1st, it's already started, to December 3rd, we've had a toy drive. This toy drive, you want to bring toys. It's similar to Toys for Tots with the Marine Corps. We want to, if you can, bring a toy, but you make sure you bring a receipt. We'll have a lot of bins where you will give the toys, but you need to have the receipt, because if you don't have the receipt, then it only counts for $1. If you spend $10 on a teddy bear, it's only for $1 unless you have the receipt. We need to document it. But you can also give cash as well, which is a great word, check, or anything. And we have a lot of these games. Specifically, this Thursday coming up, the women's volleyball has a game with UTPA, 7 o'clock in Sweeney, and we will have collection bins, and we'll have people coming to collect those. We advertise for the games. And all this, they'll go to local charities. They're going to go to the Boys and Girls Club of Kansas City. They're going to go to the Adopt a Family and the Berkeley Center of Kansas City. And then a lot of these games, specifically like what we had last Saturday, which was the beginning, the women's game was also Municipal Center, and those were double headers, and they're a great way so we can get more fans to come to the games. And because Municipal has a lot more seating, so we'd like to see a lot more people from not just community as well, supporters, but a lot of students as well. We have a lot of other ideas that we want to promote at the games. We had on October 30th, the day before Halloween, we had a lot of the student athletes we dressed up, and I was a pirate. And we took photos with a bunch of people. It was promoted to have a costume at the game. We had a lot of younger children, and they were really excited about it. And we carved pumpkins, and we had a lot of everyone could vote on the pumpkins, and it was a lot of fan engagement we really liked a lot. And then for the student athletes, we have a lot of social media ideas as well. The student athletes, we have 2 Twitter accounts. It's UMKC_SAAC SAC, and also at the UMKC Roofs. So we want to see a lot of times you guys engagement on social media as well. Because a lot of times we can root, we can say "Roo up," and a lot of times we can support the Roofs from out, just not at the game as well. So we can bring more awareness in the Kansas City community of this university. That's all I have. Thank you, guys. Any questions, guys?
I have a question.
Sure.
So, I noticed that like a big problem was that, well, you guys want us to like come to the games and stuff like that.
Sure.
But a problem with us is we don't want to attend the games for people that we don't know.
Sure. That's what I want. I want to make sure we can have more one-on-one connections. Maybe at games we can have some of the student athletes. Sometimes they sit a lot together, and maybe we should sit by someone you don't know, another UMKC student. You can have fan engagement. So later you can understand you can go to the game for your friend instead of just for the athletics. So you can be more of a one-on-one connection or a group connection, so you can feel stronger and you can feel safe inviting your friends to go to the game to support your friend. Especially at these blue and gold games I was talking about, we have a lot of student athletes, so there'll be more opportunity for a lot of people to meet one-on-one. Even during major nights, we can have certain athletes come and sit by certain major groups. Maybe a lot of the student athletes, a lot of them are in the programs from the School of Biology Science, School of Pharmacy. There's a lot, they're already part of your schools, and it's a great way to commute or to meet other people within the respective schools. Yes.
I'm someone who's part of Greek life, and I think that something that also might help bridge the gap between athletics and the rest of the school would be participation in the philanthropy events. All the Greek organizations have at least one philanthropy. So I think if the athletes could participate in those, then definitely that would also really help.
Sure, there's a lot of respective sororities and fraternities on campus. I feel we would love to. There's hardly any athletes that are in the Greek life, but I feel it's a great way to bridge the gap. Yeah. And you can learn about the Greek life, and they can come learn about the aspects of an athlete. It'd be a great way to bond the 2 groups together. And then it can be more, you can be your friends instead of just the 2 groups together. Eventually you can mix. Maybe we'll have higher turnout in the Greek life from now on. Yes.
Is it true that some of the coaches do not allow the student athletes to participate in any events? Because I know for a fact that some organizations under my council, they love in competition within their own council. They like to do like basketball tournaments, soccer tournaments.
Oh, okay. Intramurals. I'm on the track and field team. I'm a thrower. At least with the track and field team, we're not allowed to compete at intramurals. They're afraid that we could get injured, and that's for obvious reasons.
Even if it wasn't like intramural?
If it's not intramural, that could be a possibility. I just know for intramurals specifically, we have a team meeting about that. She basically said, do not do intramurals.
I mean, we'll have had them like come out to like rep like a soccer match.
I feel that should be fine. That should be no problem. I mean, we do have our in seasons, but sometimes, like for me on the track field team, during the fall, I'm just like a normal student at practice, but I'm just like you guys.
Right.
So I feel like there should be equal opportunities on the weekends. And then, for my head coach, her name's Shamika McField, she was in one of the sororities at KU. So I feel she's very open to the idea of Greek life, and I feel most of the athletic respective sports teams should be open to Greek life. This is such a strong emphasis on campus now. Any more questions?
Also, another suggestion that maybe you can take back to the athletes.
Sure.
That in between classes, they could just speak to people.
Sure.
Because they always have their headphones on, they always just walk.
Yeah, I do notice.
They never say anything.
I do notice with the beats, a lot of people sometimes sometimes we're on our own world.
It's mainly the basketball players. Y'all want us to
I don't
come to
want to
the
quote any names,
games,
but I understand what you're saying. I should talk to them. I should see, hey, you guys should be more active on campus. get to
And that
know.
means that track and field are cool. You just cross athletes
Mhm.
to a Greek organization from the track and field
Mhm.
because they socialize
Mhm.
at the basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like even as athletics as a whole, we should be able to communicate more with an individual person on a one-on-one basis instead of just having your headphones in.
Thank you.
Just comment something about t-shirts. I feel like t-shirts really unite and bring out school spirit. I'm an undergrad, they give out free t-shirts at the beginning of every season.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what your budget is like, but I feel like that would really help people, want to come out.
I know in the past, at least we have given t-shirts out, and then usually some of the games, obviously we're not gonna give a t-shirt to every person, but I feel that we should, it's a great way, and everybody loves a free t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yes?
I know at other campuses, they do like a meet the team kind of situation where they have like a bagel or a mixer or something like that.
Okay, you know, like, I know at KU, they have like meet the basketball players, they'll sign autographs and everything. I
mean, I'm not saying.
No, I know what you're saying. But there should be a great way to have a mixer that we can meet everybody, because a lot of people can be sports fans and not be athletes. Yes?
I played soccer at Auburn, and we had that issue going on where it felt like the athletes were superior. And so, like, when we were in season, what we would do, and this is just something for y'all, and it's really cheap, they've kind of stepped it up now. All the athletes, like, we get a bunch of different golf carts that our coaches would just drive around, and we just pass around and have, like, student interaction around campus. And that doesn't cost any money, because I know you'll have golf carts sitting around here somewhere. So it's just a matter of getting those.
So you're asking just like to drive around and then talk to people?
Yeah, like on game days, you'd be like, hey, y'all come out to the game, like let people know that we're normal people or whatever.
Sure, I mean, you just see another student on campus.
Yeah, because I mean, it's really not that big a deal. Yeah. At the end of the day, you're probably going to end up working and not going to pro.
Sure, I mean, that's why we're students and we're students first.
Right, I'm in law school now.
Fair enough, yeah. I mean, you need to have a backup plan. Any more questions? You guys have some really good questions tonight.
So perfect time to plug in legal. If we have any further questions.
Oh, I like that.
If we have any further questions, we can get the 10-minute limit. If someone would like to motion, continue this.
That's fine. Thank you guys.
All right, our next presenter will be Officer Gordon with his armed intruder awareness.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Officer Gordon. I'm the crime prevention officer for the UMKC Police Department. You guys might have seen me at orientations. I'm in basically a lot of events, appointments, and meetings and stuff like that. I'm not going to take a lot of your time. I'm just going to go through some stuff to let you guys know what to do in case an active shooter hits UMKC. This training can be used for anything. It can be used while you're at church, like the movies, the malls, whatever. You can take this training and go anywhere with it. It'll help you. Today's objective is to present you with options should you ever find yourself in a dangerous or threatening situation. The understanding each crisis situation is different, as each person's ability to respond to such crisis will be different. This material is intended to provide you with basic information and options. It's not here to tell you what to do, because legally, if I say do this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this, you do that, you get shot, you get injured, you can still come back and sue or whatever. So basically, we're going to give you options that you can go out and do. Let's have some fun. True or false statements. Many attackers felt bullied, persecuted, or injured by others prior to the attack. Anybody say false? One. Most attackers show some history of suicidal attempts or thoughts, or a history of feeling extreme depression or desperation. True or false? Any falses? Most attackers had no history of prior violent or criminal behavior. True or false? False. How many falses? Okay. Schools' incidents of targeted violence are rarely sudden or impulsive acts and are normally thought out. No falses. Prior to most incidents, other people knew about the attacker's idea and or plan to attack, and they didn't speak up. How many say true? How many say false? While UMKC has resources to identify individuals of concern, there's no crystal ball to determine who will become an active shooter. Who's going to say false? Always one. All right. All answers are true according to the Secret Service, FBI, and Department of Education investigations. There's a difference between active shooter and a hostage taker. Active shooter, their main purpose is to kill as many people as they want. They come in a building, they're going to start blowing people away. They're going to start killing, assassinating. They're going to start doing everything. Hostage takers, there's something that they want. They're gonna hold you, and they're gonna hold you for ransom until they can get whatever there is that they want to get, whether it's money, that helicopter, that plane to take you down to Jamaica, whatever there is, you know, they want something. Active shooter incidents at schools aren't new. 1760, first documented school shooting was in Greencastle, Pennsylvania. 1800 to 1900s, approximately 50 incidences occurred. 1901 to 2000, approximately 155 incidences. Check this out. 99 years, 155 incidents. 2000 to today, well, 11/20 when I'm, this month, approximately 152 incidences already. That's crazy, ain't it? 99, 155, 14 years basically, we're at 152 already. But let's take that number, let's break that number down. Out of 152 incidences, we're not just talking about people coming in, colleges, universities, daycares, and stuff like that. We're talking about, it could be not totally active shooters, but it could be one-on-one. I'm mad at this young man, I go in, I shoot him, and then I commit suicide. It's murder-suicide. It's even, they included suicide in these numbers. They included just actual active shooters. They included teacher against the student against the teacher. Anytime a gun is discharged in the school, somebody's injured and killed, then those numbers are coming from it. The youngest shooter is 8 years old. Is that surprising? No? Yes? Depending on what neighborhood you grew up in, yes or no? And also something to think about, these numbers are just schools. These not include the malls, they don't include your job sites, they don't include none of those. You throw in the malls, theaters, job sites, and those numbers triple easily. Let's look at our numbers for this year. January, we have 13, February 6, March 2, April 3, May 5, June 2, September 6, October 2. We haven't had any this month, thank God. January, why is the number so high around January?
It's the beginning of the year and New Year's. People always shoot.
What is Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's? What are people normally doing those holiday times?
Drinking other families.
Drinking, but what's the main thing to look for?
Money?
No, they're depressed.
Oh, yeah.
Sad.
Thanksgiving, I've been doing police department for 10 years. I've been doing fire department I was in the fire department for 8 years. Most of our suicides, most of our violent crimes come in Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, around those holidays, because people are drinking and they get very, very depressed. Why? They start thinking about the people that's not here to celebrate with them. Make sense now? Yes. If an incident happened now, do you know what to do? Run. If you think it was a gunshot, then it was. There's no second guessing. If you think it's a gunshot, call us. If it's car backfiring, big deal, we come out. You know, it's just a car backfiring. And the reason I say that is because a lot of times people say, I'm not going to bug the police department because a car backfired. If you're not sure, treat it as a gunshot. That makes sense? Worst thing you can do is not say anything, and it actually was a shooting. Find out what everybody else's reaction is. Are they screaming? Are they running? What are they doing? Are they panicking? Which way are they running? If they running east, let's go east.
Let's try and move this.
Consider your options. Your get out, hide out, take out. No matter which action you choose, call 911 when it's safe to do so. Let's talk about your options. Your options. Get out. That seemed like the easiest one, right? Hide out. Something's easy, right? Survive. If you're going to decide to get out, move quickly and quietly without alerting the shooter to your location. Move away from the gunfire and suspects. Leave your belongings. Ladies, do not try to sit there and grab your purses because you got this in your purse, you got that in your purses. Leave everything and roll out. Help others if possible. The number one question is, get this. I've been getting this question for the last year and a half. What if somebody's in a wheelchair? What do we do about them? What if somebody's on crutches? Say it again.
Survive.
They better roll themselves out.
Oh, wheel it fast. You get the motor out and go. All right, if somebody's disabled, do what you can do. And I don't want to make it sound rude. I don't want to make it sound heartless or anything like that. But your safety is first. Do what you can do. You make sure you survive. If you can grab them and if These two guys grab the young lady and she can go and they can go because she's on crutches. Do what you guys gotta do. Now, if the shooter just happen to be around that corner and they look at her like, you know what, I'm rolling out, can I go? Sorry, love you. You gotta do what you gotta do, you gotta make sure you can survive, okay? Use the closest door or window to escape. If the shooter's blocking your exit, try another means of escape. Call the police. Do not leave it up to somebody else to call us. If a shooter is outside, utilize cover and concealment. Any military people in here? What's cover?
Getting out of harm's way.
Okay. Cover is something that's just boulder and car engine, anything that can basically stop a bullet.
Anything at all.
Anything, whatever it is, use it to, if he's outside shooting, get behind it, anything that can stop a bullet or slow a bullet down. Concealment provides an excellent place to hide. Still, a concealment is like your bushes, trees, shrubs, or anything outside, flowers that can basically hide you. Concealment will not stop a bullet. If you can't get out, what's your next best thing to do? Hide out. First of all, who all lives on campus? How do you guys, your dorms, how do your dorms lock? Does it lock from the inside out or?
The apartment?
Mm-hmm.
The inside?
All right, is there any other way inside your apartment besides the front door?
Yeah, windows.
Besides the windows if you're on the first floor? Because some of the dorms, the dorm rooms are kind of weird and they're jacked up. For some reason, and I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but I talk plain, I just talk however I feel. So just roll with me. A lot of people say your English don't make sense. Oh well, let's go. So a lot of people's, what's that little extra bathroom that y'all share? What they call it? Your suite mates or whatever, your suite mate bathrooms. A lot of those don't lock. Or if they do lock, they lock from the opposite side and anybody can walk inside your room. That's one of the things I've been trying to address since I've been here. Nobody's listened to me. So if you know there's an active shooter inside your dorms, barricade your door however you can. Don't make sure they can't get in from the front door or your suite mate's door. Turn off the lights, stay away from windows and close the blinds. If multiple people are in the room, spread out. Do not leave everybody in one corner. That's what one of the main reasons with Sandy Hook, everybody put the kids in one corner. So when the gunman came in, he didn't have to sit there and do like this. All you have to do is aim at one corner. Don't do that. Everybody spread out. Stay calm and quiet. Place phones on vibrate. Call the police. When you guys are hiding out, also, you guys need to formulate a plan. Okay, he comes in here. This is what we're gonna do. You're gonna hit him high. You're gonna hit him low, and I'm just gonna hide. Okay. Formulate a plan. You got this right here. Two guys can pick this up. You got a table. Two guys can pick that up. He comes in that door. Chug the table at him. Chug the podium at him. If you got a pen or pencil, guess what? What do you got? A knife. Great stabbing tool. Great stabbing tool. Here's the ways to barricade your door. You got furniture up in there. You got furniture. If you guys see like the door stops to be back there, put the door stops down there. If you got some wedges, put whatever you can back there. If you got, you guys probably won't have the orange cord. How many shoestrings is in here? Tie your shoestrings together. There you go. You got your shoestrings, the door up there, how you got the little Arcadian thing at the top. Tie that thing together. You tie that thing together, it ain't gonna open up, just like that when the middle is. Do whatever you gotta do, be creative, be inventive, secure your door. Any door could be basically barricaded and secured if you get creative enough. And if you can't barricade it and secure it, guess what? Stack a whole bunch of stuff on it. So when he opens it up or she opens it up, because women, you know, they go crazy too. When they open up the door, guess what? Everything's gonna fall on them and you can use another means of exit. Now, what I mean when I say take out, now I ain't talking about ordering no food or anything like that. I'm going to get something to eat. Especially with Veterans Day tomorrow, and everybody's doing free food, you're gonna be the first one in line. Okay, so take out. Formulate a plan with others in the room. That's what we discussed also in the hiding. Get physically aggressive towards the suspect. This is about the only time in life you can get physically aggressive, excuse my language, beat the hell out of somebody and not worry about going to jail. When you got an active shooter and he's killing people, he's actively killing and killing and killing, this is about the only times in life you can really do this and not worry about having to go to jail. Because What you guys don't do, we're going to do. So throw items, chairs, computers, phones, shoes, flower pots, office equipment, whatever you can find. If you don't hurt them, then what are you going to do? You're going to distract them, right? So while somebody's over here has been a distraction, people can be running out over here. While these people's been a distraction, guess what? Somebody over here can, try to run or whatever. You're distracting, guess what? He's not going to see this podium hit him beside his head, right? Okay. Fire extinguisher is a great tool to distract somebody. There's at least 4 or 5 in every single building. If you spray in the eyes, contemporary blind, it's a great tool for an impact weapon. They're heavy, they hurt. If you ever drop one on your toe, back in my firefighter days, I've done that before. They hurt. And then if you get that chemical in your lungs and everything, it can stop your respiratory. It can kill you. So it's a great tool. Cleaning liquids, throw it in their eyes. If you guys are out here somewhere and the janitorial's cabinet is open, the closet's open, take the liquid. You can throw it in their eyes. You can throw it in their face. They can't see. Can they shoot?
Yeah.
Okay. If they can't see, can they shoot you accurately? Can they accurately shoot? No. You take somebody's eyes out, guess what? They can't see. They can be blind firing. If they blind firing, then that's even great for you because you can come in from low, behind, or whatever and take them down. Somebody, like I said, somebody attack high, somebody attack low. Each person grab a limb, take out his leg, dislodge and secure the weapon. Control the head. Wherever the head goes, the body will follow. You want to take somebody off balance, you really want to do some damage, the head is the target. Take the head, you got total control of the rest of the body. You put pain to the head, to the face, they're going to do whatever you want them to do. If it's a male, besides the head, where else can you go? The other. You said the other? Okay, there you go. Secure the weapon. And now this is the one I want you guys to pay attention to. Once you get the shooter down and the weapon dislodged, place a trash can over the weapon. Never hold it in your hands. It's a firearm, and you take this thing from here to there to put it inside the trash can. Do it quickly. Why? No, I ain't worried about fingerprints.
You become a suspect.
No,
If someone else comes in and
can
sees you
accidentally-
carrying.
What's worse than that? What happens? Okay, what? I ain't worried about none of that. What happens when I come in the door? Who am I targeting?
The gun.
The gunman. So whoever has the gun is going to get what?
Shot.
Whoever has the gun is going to get what? There you go. There you go. When the police department come in, we're not trying to. Where there is no talking, there is no communication. Drop the gun. Are you the suspect? Are you the victim? But you're a female. Are you? There is no. You have the gun. Guess what? Boom, boom. You're gone. And if it was an accident, well, that's all we have lawyers for. What to expect? People not willing to engage, stuck in panic mode, afraid, stuck in denial, and won't move or help at all. Short story, I did this presentation last year, and a lady, I think she's from somewhere in the Middle East, she said, I cannot help at all in this situation if the gunman is the male. She said, my culture, my religion, my upbringing is, unless it's my husband, I cannot touch another male, and I only can touch my husband doing basically bedroom activities. So she said, So I'm gonna tell you this, there's nothing wrong with her because that's her religion, that's the way she was brought up, that's her culture, that's who she is. That does not make her a bad person, that does not make her evil, mean, or anything whatsoever. She's still an outstanding, great person. And the reason I say that is because you take everybody in this room, you take an active shooter right now, if I'm not present, I guarantee you 2 or 3 is gonna lock up. Some man, and everybody here look like they pretty fit, some man's gonna bust out crying. And it might be a woman that has to take control and take authority. So the reason I'm saying this is everybody's not gonna help you. Somebody's gonna have to take charge, somebody's gonna have to take control, somebody's gonna have to be the leader. And that does not make that person who's afraid, that does not make them a bad person. They couldn't help out, they couldn't help out. Don't hold it against them. You'd expect a lot of noise, confusion, screaming, and alarms. Would you want to pull the fire alarm if you know there's an active shooter?
Yeah.
Who said no? Why not?
Because then they gonna get angry because they know help coming. Fucking, they just gonna start killing.
Okay. Who said yeah? Why?
Lets them know, I mean, it lets other people know that something's going on. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So if they don't hear it, if I pull a fire alarm and hear it, even people in the basement are gonna know whether or not they hear that.
But everybody don't follow the fire alarm.
Okay.
I would think it creates more chaos for the shooter, so it would distract him more.
I would say no, because everyone would be exiting the building, and then the police wouldn't be able to tell who the shooter is.
You're about 80% correct. 80, I'll say even 90.
I would say if the shooter's outside and you pull the fire alarm, everyone's just gonna come out of hiding and it's gonna have more targets.
You 100%, both of you. Think about this. From the first day that you guys started going to school in kindergarten, what did you guys be taught about fire alarms? To do what?
Get outside.
Go outside, exit the building. If I'm an active shooter and I got my rifle and somebody pulls the fire alarm, what did you just do for me?
Thank you, you gave me everybody.
Exactly. You gave me all these victims. Now I don't have to go search the hallways. I don't have to go search the classrooms. All I gotta do is just boom, 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 boom down the hallway. Hopefully, I get a chance to say thank you before I get you, right? So when you guys going through this, think of try to sit there and think about this from an active shooter's point of view. You know, how can I survive? If I was an active shooter, what can I do? Okay, if they're gonna do this, then let me try to think about this. Try to put yourself in those shoes. Police officers, what we do all the time, every single day that we're on duty, we're running 10, 15, 20 scenarios in our head. When we're going to calls, we're running 15, 20 scenarios in our head. Not how the scenario can go positive, but we're trying to run every bad scenario in the world, how this call can go negative. So when it does go south, we already formulated a game plan in our head.
If the purpose isn't to get people out of the building, are we supposed to not leave the building if you have an opportunity and there's an active shooter?
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But actually, I'm gonna jump into it. If you can get out, get out. If you're in hideout mode, hide out till we get there. You want to get out if you can get out. But if you can't get out, go in hideout. Stay in the hideout until you feel that it's safe for you to get out, or until the police department comes and clear that building. Because one of the things that we're going to do, we're going to go hit every last classroom. We're going to hit the ducts. We're going to hit the attics. We're going to hit the roof. We're going to check it 2 or 3 times before we release that building. The police department, we have keys to every single door except for the elevator shaft. Every single door we have keys to. So if you're hiding there and somebody say, you know, police, sit there and I'll be like, okay, key in the door because I ain't opened up this door. And that's fine, that's cool. Do that. Or if you're not sure, it's not key left. Hey, this is what's your name?
Charles.
This is Charles. I'm in room 213, student union, whatever. Did you just have an officer knock on this door? They're gonna say, hold on a second, dispatch any units on the 2nd floor, anybody knock on that door, whatever. Charles is in the room. Now I'm gonna go back to that room and say, hey Charles, it's Officer Gordon. I just knocked on your door, you called dispatch. Now you know that it's me, because there's no other way to verify that, right? But if you're not sure, leave that door shut, because eventually it's going to get opened by the police department. There's gonna be a lot of police rushing past you. Police gonna be yelling instructions, get down, get out of our way, do not try to grab us. You will get pushed to the side and all of that stuff, because we have one mission, is that what? Not to kill, but to eliminate the threat. That's all how you word it, just like there's gonna be fire and sprinkler operations. A lot of these shooters, they're starting to set off these little bombs and detonations and stuff like that. You know, set off the sprinklers. They're gonna have all kinds of fire alarms and everything going off. Fire alarms is a bad thing because, like I said, everybody gets in the hallways, and you gave the shooter an advantage. There's gonna be a lot of chaos. There's gonna be a lot of smoke and gunpowder smell, especially if he's still shooting or if he's detonating bombs. There's gonna be a lot of sounds of gunshots, possibly explosions, and constant sirens. How to react towards the police: stay calm, keep your hands visible at all times, and free of objects. Why do I say free of objects? In a police department, you have to make a decision within a split second. You don't have time to analyze every little thing. Young man's pointing something at me, and I'm already in a hostile situation. I'm already in an active shooter situation. If he decides to go up like this, I don't have time to sit there and say, oh, that's a Samsung phone, never mind. I don't have time to do that. And I know it sounds kind of heartless and it's like unthoughtful and stuff like that, but you have to put ourselves in their shoes. My goal is to take out the threat so all you guys can go home to your family, because that's what you want to do anyway, right? And if I got to sit there and stop and analyze every little detail, not only is that going to put you guys in danger, but also puts me in danger. And I ain't gonna say I don't care about me. I do care about me, but my goal is you guys. Keep your hands visible at all times. Keep your hands up, fingers spread apart. Answer those questions calmly and quickly as you can. We already know you can be hysterical, you can be upset, and you can be like every other word, and that's cool, you know. We're used to it. Try to just answer the question. Where is he at? Upstairs. What is he wearing? Blue shirt, blue jeans. I don't care if he looks like Tim or nothing up down the street. He kind of favors the guy on TV. Just tell me exactly what it is that we're asking. Do not come out from hiding until instructed to do so. Do not touch or grab them. Do not come out to hiding instructed to do so. I'm going to take that one out. If you feel it's safe and you want to reanalyze the situation, feel free to do so. If the gunman sounds like he's way on the other side of the building and you know your door is right here to exit, you think it's safe to do so, hey, that's an option that you have. Do not touch or grab the police. Follow their instructions. Pre-planning tips. How many of you guys ever went inside of a building and looked for the closest exit? You guys are dorms. Okay, a few people. How many of you guys are dorms? You guys know where every exit is? You guys know where every window and everything is? Every means of escape. If you're in the basement, you already thought about how to get out? No? Yes? Somewhat? Okay. One thing that you guys need to think about when you guys be going to class is where's the closest exit? Where's the closest stairwell? Where's my vehicle parked outside? How do the doors and the windows open? That's a big one. Some of the doors in the quad opens inward, some of the doors open outward. Some of the doors, the only way you can secure it is if you open it, and then on the frame, there's two buttons right there. Top one locks it, bottom one unlocks it. I have instructors that's been here, professors that's been here over 10, 15 years, and they do not know how to lock their own doors, which is sad. What is in the room that you can use to secure your door and fight back with? Not every single day, but tomorrow, just go through when you guys go to class, look at some things. What are some options? What are some options, or what are some things I can use if a gunman came into this room right here or in this building? What can I grab? You don't have to sit there and make yourself go crazy or postal or anything like that. Don't sit there and drive yourself crazy with it, but just think about it tomorrow. We're going to bypass the video because I know you guys are tired of hearing me. Summary: get out, hide out, take out. Those are your options. Always, 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 always instill in your mind, I'm going to survive. Never sit there and say, man, I might not make it. I don't know if I'm going to make it through this. Gosh, he's going to kill me. He's close. Put that positive in your mind at all times. I'm going to survive. I'm going to survive. I'm going to survive. Thank you for your time. Questions, comments?
UMKC, even open carry or conceal and carry, none of that here, correct? Any gun here is here legally?
You cannot have any weapons at all on campus unless you're the police department. You can't. I know a lot of women have these pepper spray keychains, and that's the number one question. Number two question I always get: well, I carry this, and this, and this, and this, and this. I always say, go to your policy. Your policy handbook says no pepper spray whatsoever, no weapons whatsoever. Go with that.
That's why everybody keep getting loaded.
Flip side of it is out of sight, out of what? Out of sight, out of mind. Nobody knows you have it unless you're not doing anything stupid. A lot of times people realize you have it is when you're trying to show it off or you accidentally discharge it in the classroom because you're playing around and stuff like that. If it's just sitting up there in your purse, your pocket, your book bag, and you just using it because you stay always walking at night, nobody know you have it, right? Any other questions?
You said something about the two buttons on a door that locks it, because these type of doors are in most classrooms, and I have no idea how to lock those.
A lot of your doors in the quad, hold on a second. As soon as you open it up, you have the little thick part right here. There's gonna be a metal plate, and there's two small buttons. You can barely see them. The top unlocks it, the bottom unlocks it. And I don't know if these have it, but most of the doors in the quad has it. So if you're going to anywhere in the quad tomorrow, Royal, Hague, Mannheim, or whatever, just open a couple doors to look at them. If the doors is already open, when the doors is going like that, just look for the silver part. And it's usually right there.
Hospital Hill, are those doors the same?
Hospital Hill, I think a few, but not too many. Hospital Hills, luckily, they got a lot of braided doors. But most of the doors down here take Allen wrenches. So your best option is going to be trying to find some way to barricade that Arcadian metal.
So this one, you can't lock it with an Allen wrench?
If it has crash bar, you can lock it with an Allen wrench, but who in here has an Allen wrench? That's the only bad thing about, you do? Oh man, y'all really luck today. But it's one of those things, you don't have to go out and buy an Allen wrench or anything like that. Basically, whatever you have, shoestrings, whatever, just start tying things up, put a couple knots in it, 3, 4, 5 shoestrings, 3, 4, 5 knots, and do it that way.
I just wanted to thank you for your time for coming out and talking to us, because I feel like this is a very important conversation to have and training to have. And this is something we can definitely take back to our councils and kind of educate them on it. I know at Hospital Hill, we had a training session as well, so maybe it's a good event for each council to hold at their campuses as well.
Most universities going to, I mean, you can't even start class and you take an active shooter class. They won't even let you start class because if something happens on their campus, you know, they want you to be informed. Some students, believe it or not, they're just like, whatever, it happens, I don't care. Most students are just like, hey, I appreciate the time. Now I know what to do in case something happens. Any other questions? All right, thank you.
All right, the next order of business is confirmation of our new executive vice president. I'm chairing the meeting because of the resignation of Lexi. Juan has appointed a new executive vice president, Ida, who I believe wants to say a couple words.
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Ida Yadeo. I'm a junior here at UMKC. I'm studying philosophy. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about why I believe I would be a good fit for the executive vice president position in student government. Participating in the University of Kansas City's Student Government Association as vice president would be my first steps towards targeting a larger demographic to increase a more active communal involvement on campus. To contribute to everyone's future on campus, we need devoted people with aspirations to further our community by example. Partaking in SGA as vice president, I want to provide students like myself the opportunity to further explore the boundless possibilities that they have on this campus. The UMKC SGA website explains the mission statement very clearly. Our mission is to stimulate the intellectual, political, cultural, and social growth of all students, and to address their concerns. My interest in becoming SGA Vice President stems from our mission to provide a safe environment for students to be academically stimulated. As Vice President, I could best direct and guide our students to the supportive services they need to excel academically by advocating for more organized programs. SG and I both want our student body to graduate from UMKC and apply their talents in the world to create economically independent and personally fulfilling lives. We are leaders creating leaders. Thank you.
Before we vote on the approval, does anyone have any discussion on this? All right. All in favor? There is.
I move to confirm the new VP. Ida.
Second. All in favor? All opposed? All abstained? All righty, Ida, you can now take the chair as our new executive vice president.
Up next on our agenda, we have the approval of new organizations and also to approve the Constitution. The only organization that we now have on our list is the Midwest Innocence Project and Student Organization that is a part of the law school. Do I?
Motion to approve this organization.
Anyone?
Second.
Okay. All those that approve? $23 approved. All those abstain? And all those who oppose? Okay. And up next, we have officer reports. Let us first begin with our president, Juan.
No.
Next is me. I am very happy to serve and encourage everyone at UMKC's SGA. Please stop by the office. I will be there in between classes, and I would love to get to know you personally, individually. If there's any questions or concerns, I would love to give you all my personal contact information so that I can better help and serve you all. As well, we are kind of having a little bit of a buffer zone where I'm trying to catch up on all the things that Lexi has left behind. So please, if I could have your patience, I would appreciate it. AVP?
Just really quickly, thank you guys again for re-signing this type of thing for the group me. The first list someone took with them the last meeting and did not give it back. But I'm going to start the group me list tonight and you will all be added to it. If you don't know what group me is, it's an app. Most smartphones have it. Android and iOS both allow it. And it just allows all of us to text at the same time to each other. And we will use it as an additional way to let you know when meetings are and things like this.
All right, this year we started with a budget of $952,822. We've allocated so far to councils and organizations $491,248.48. We've allocated $105,000 for the seed fund for organizations this semester. And we've set aside $105,000
What was
for
the seed
next
fund?
semester.
Sorry?
Sorry?
What was the amount for the seed fund?
$105,000 for both semesters. And what we have left to allocate at our last two meetings of this semester and all of our meetings next semester is $251,573.52. $251,573.52.
Is that just for this semester or both semesters carrying over into spring as well? The $251,000 left to allocate.
That will be for our last two meetings of this semester, winter break, and next semester, and then also the summer. No, not the summer. Yeah. It sounds like a lot less because this semester we heard annual budgets for the councils, so that made this semester's allocation a lot more than what we'll have next semester.
Now on to open forum. Does anyone have anything that they would like to say? Angie?
I have a couple of things to report on. First of all, the Division of Student Affairs and Enrollment Management is starting a text messaging program. So we talked about this with the Senate last year and got your feedback about it. And so right now it's just in the pilot phase. And so we're having some of our work study students in the various offices test it. But This will give an opportunity for students to log in and actually select different areas that they want to receive more information about. So we would really limit the amount of text messages from each of those areas. But for example, if you wanted to get information about academic success seminars, or about financial aid updates, or about when records and registration deadlines are, like when's the last time to withdraw with the W, that kind of a thing. Student involvement, what activities are coming up, union programming board, that kind of thing. There'll be a lot of different options for you guys to choose from. And so I just want to put it out there now. It's going to be, I hope, very helpful for students to get more information. It's something that you opt in. You're not going to be able to just automatically be on any kind of list. You have to actually go in and physically opt in to be part of these lists, and you'll have to go in to opt out of them as well. So it'll really be just a message out. You won't be able to respond back to those messages, but if you have questions, we'll have an email address for you guys to send them to. But we hope that this will be a great service for students. We hear a lot of times that students don't know about things or want more information, and this would be a great way for you guys to get some more information about those options. So as soon as that goes live, we'll make sure to get that information out to you guys and show you where to go on and log on to sign up for these. So that's to come. I'm also working on a number of different events for finals week. If you think about finals already, we do a lot of different stress less activities during that week. So the things that we have on the docket already are bringing back the therapy dogs. They can be very, very popular. We're going to have extended hours in this building. It's usually open until about 2 o'clock in the morning during finals week, or really since the start of late night breakfast until about usually that Wednesday or Thursday. We'll keep the building open until 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I know Jasmine usually does some free coffee that they'll leave out for students. It's there till it's gone, kind of a thing. We're going to be doing some finals week stress kits, so you guys can come and it will have like a buffet of bulk candy and healthy items for you guys to take out, like a little Chinese takeout container to fill up for snacks for that week for you guys. So we'll have it here and on Hospital Hill. Same thing goes with the, we're gonna have massages as well. So we'll have massages here and also at Hospital Hills. We're gonna do some painting panels, so we'll 3x3 canvases that you guys can paint just as a way to kind of take a break and, I don't know, make a Christmas gift, or a holiday gift, whatever you guys want to do with those. We do have that late night breakfast. It's always the Thursday prior to finals, so it runs from 10 to midnight over in the cafeteria. It's open to all students, so we'd love to see you guys there. But what else, is there anything else that you guys would really like to see that would be helpful for you during that finals attempt?
I've seen, I went to Johnson County Community College, and they would have random, it looked like Kleenex boxes, but they were actually bubble wrap. So you get like a little sheet of bubble wrap, and people would just walk around and just pop it, and it was just like little sheets, you know, but they just had those dispensers all over the place. You could walk around and pop bubble wrap.
No, not the bubble wrap, that would be annoying. You trying to study, maybe like stretch balls or something, but not.
I think the stretch balls are better.
Yeah, because that bubble, I would.
Like.
So you can get like a bubble wrap hour where we just line the entire hallway downstairs with bubble wrap. What's that? Anything else that you guys would like to see that we can provide for you? I know SGA has blue books still in the office that they can give out for free. You guys have a whole thing of movie boxes.
Maybe it's like index cards or something, because we use those.
And highlighters.
Highlighters.
Yeah.
We have plenty of highlighters. Actually, erasable highlighters.
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else? Well, look for more to come. Oh, yeah, we'll keep the PAC open later. We can check on that. That'd be cool. Right now, we can, it closes when it locks at 11. We have to be out by midnight. But I know a lot of people, maybe it's not healthy, but they like to stay in there later than that too. We can ask. I know the library has extended hours. They usually go until about 1, I think. Yeah, but we can practice in the library. Yeah, sure. They probably like that. I can check that. Yeah.
I know it's somewhere that like a lot of the health sciences students like to study late at night is like Peg Hall. I'm somewhere to get picked out by the police in the evening, but that's a really quiet, like isolated place, and we're really productive there. So I don't know if there's the option of having like part of a building, another building open, because the library gets so crowded.
Yeah, we can check and see, what academic buildings we may be able to have open. Yeah, it is a safety concern that some buildings have students, but there's not usually as many students wandering around the building. So I know some of the academic units, I know like the law school, for example, has cards of access and stuff like that just for law students. We can see about other academic buildings. Anything else that would be helpful? Do you guys like the come make your own final survival kit kind of a thing?
I like
that. So we're gonna do both candy and healthy things though, so like have some fruit and granola, things like that.
Yeah, what about like those instant coffee packets that you mix with water or milk?
Those are
Be
nice.
good for the. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I also want to let you guys know about a couple UPB events that are happening, Union Programming Board. If you guys don't know that's happening between now and the end of the semester. So they have 2 Brews in the City trips left over. So we have the Motown musical, that's going on, you're going to see that. And then The Price is Right is coming up. There's a Zumba class coming up. There's a couple Unplugged Coffee House series where they've got a performer and then they have some open mics happening. They have gingerbread house making coming up in December. There's a couple video game tournaments as well, so you guys can win prizes if you guys like to play some games downstairs. So that's happening. We're still looking for court warming nominations, so if you guys know of anybody that would make good court warming candidates, please send those to our office. We need more students to help be nominated for that process. And then just 2 quick announcements. So tomorrow is Veterans Day, so if you know of veterans, please thank them. They're going to be putting all kinds of flags out with plot attendance here, so if you guys have a chance, you should stop by and see it. It's pretty cool, but definitely say thank you to our students that have served. That'd be awesome. And then speaking of Officer Gordon's presentation, between now and the end of the semester is when we see a huge rise in crime on campus, and it's crimes of opportunity, right? So it's people leaving their book bags out, leaving their computers, laptops, and then just walking away and expecting them to be there when they come back. Now is a really, really critical time for people to be taking care of their belongings, because with the holidays coming up, a lot of people tend to steal things. It's also really important to make sure that you guys are locking your vehicles and making sure that you don't have anything in sight in your vehicles as well. So tuck those away, put them in your trunk, whatever you gotta do, because that's another way that we have a lot of crimes during this time of year, is people breaking into cars to grab things out of them. So put your if you have a GPS holder on your dash, take it down, because guess what? You probably have a GPS in there that they can take very easily. So getting rid of some of those indicators to help avoid some of those crimes. But again, making sure you're not just walking away from your book bag or your laptop and expecting them to be there with you back, because now is a really hot time on campus between now and the end of the semester for criminals to start coming on our campus and taking things. So please just be mindful of that. That's all I got.
Thank you. Now on to adjournment.
I make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Do you want to set? Do you want to?
Yeah.